Guys, you asked and we answer. Always good to hear from you. So let's start with our first question of the day from Ogopa. I hope that was right. If Liverpool wins the double whilst beating City in the UCL final as well, with the haters including Have Hope and Devo, take a year off of social media and kiss drifties and men like Matt's foreheads.
What? I'll be real with you.
That.
Only ladies can kiss me on the forehead, but they can kiss my ass. I'll tell you that, man.
Get the hell out of here! You mad?
Wait. So you prefer a man to kiss your ass than kiss you on the head?
I'm not pulling my pants down.
What?
I'm not pulling my pants
Firstly,
down. You can kiss my ass with the pants on.
I'm not kissing anyone. There is no kissing that will be happening on any posteriors, man. Get the hell out of here.
I think that the point he's making, do you reckon that, you know...
I don't think them doing no damn...
No, that's impossible. It's not.
Back to listen to this.
You ain't doing no double.
Shit.
I said...
This is the
You're not
objective, man.
You're the biggest hater, so don't even bring me. You're the biggest hater of 2019. You're the biggest hater of 2019.
Who do I hate?
Anything not Liverpool, you hate on it. You are so biased.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I just spent the whole main show giving Pochettino great credit.
Yeah, because you got a secret crush for Tottenham. You always have. Because they hate Arsenal. He does see that smile. He knows it.
He has ulterior motives.
Because they hate Arsenal as much as he does. That's why.
Okay, well, I guess the question is, do you guys think Liverpool can win the double? Like,
Hell no.
Hell
no.
Of course we can.
Hell no.
I'm not saying we will, but of course we can. We've definitely got the ability to. You can't just dismiss that statement.
The league and the Champions League.
No. You know me. I'm not going to sit here and saying we will do that and with someone
you've never said that.
But of course we've got the ability to do it.
No, yeah.
100% we've got the ability to do it. So it isn't as far-fetched as everyone. Like, we're in the title race and hopefully we'll be in the semi-final of the Champions League. Yeah. So, like, it ain't far-fetched. It's not like a stupid question.
No, look, I've already said that. People call me crazy. I already said that. Mark it down. I'm seeing a Juventus-Liverpool Champions League final. Call me crazy. I think that's the final.
Yeah. Well, they still have to win the league to do the double. But if Liverpool do the double, then I would quite happily do some sort of forfeit. I'm not staying off of socials for a year. You know, I'm not doing that. But I'll quite happily do some sort of forfeit.
Maybe buy us around or something.
We'll see. Send in some forfeits and we'll see what I'll do. It won't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Look how please.
It won't happen.
Please, Liverpool, come on, man.
Maybe Ogopa, you can suggest something that you know they can do for me included. Like maybe take us for dinner or something. No.
Come on, man. Jokes aside, no more y'all kissing my ass. We'll find something that will make you feel degraded.
Nobody said kiss their ass, by the way. He said kiss their foreheads. He never said ass. He was actually very respectful.
Intimate.
Thank you very much.
That's pretty triple X.
That's very intimate.
That's very true.
That's very intimate. No forehead
my grandparents
kissing.
used to do that to me.
Yeah, that's very intimate.
Alright. Okay, well, I'm not sure if we answered fully your question, but you surely had some debate about intimate gestures. Alright, thanks for that. So, Tubby. Seeing Double H don't really rate CR7 and said Pep only won the UCL because Barca had great players. What will he say if Pep bought CR7 to help City win the UCL? Will he give him credit?
Will you give Ronaldo credit?
He's too old, man.
If he was to go to City and they won the Champions League. Is that
what he means for CRL7? I have no idea what you were talking about there.
He would, it wouldn't happen.
No, but if he did.
Okay.
If he did. So if Ronaldo went to Man City and they won the Champions League because of him, would you give Cristiano Ronaldo credit?
Considering you don't believe that City have the, you don't think they have the European pedigree, so surely it would be his fault why they won the Champions League if he went there. Would you then rate him?
Look, guys, I will rate Cristiano always. I'm sorry, I know that it hurts you. He can win with Scunthorpe. He can win with bloody Teletubbies or anything. He will never be a great to me. He will never be one of the legends of the game. He will go down as one of the greatest goal scorers, and I will admire him for his individuality and his drive and his determination, his leadership and his goal scoring. But he's not a great football player. He's not a technically professional football player. I'm sorry, it will never change my view on it. So it is what it is. He can do all these crazy things. It will not change my view on Homeboy is a great goal scorer, has amazing achievements. Wasn't on the pitch when they won the Euros in the final though. But he is not a great technical player.
Because that really took something away from him. It just did.
You guys are so... I'm not a hater. He just said that. I'm not a hater.
No. Being a hater means that like when people are doing things, you like try and find a way to like have an issue with it and thingy. I just don't like him as a person.
Like Cristiano Ronaldo.
I rate him. I rate
his country to
I rate his footballing ability, but I just don't like him as a person. I think he's an arrogant prick. Like he takes arrogance way too far. He's got a fucking museum built.
Yeah, but he didn't build it.
Yes, he did, man.
The people in his city built it for him.
He was a part of that.
He should have said no.
Of course he was.
He was a part
He should have said no.
Yes, he should have said no.
If I was to say I'm going to build a museum for you, you'd be right there front and centre with the fucking scissors like this.
I deserve a museum.
I'll be like, double A, the museum don't open for 3 days. Oh, I'll just wait here.
No. There's a difference. I'm amazing. I deserve a museum. Of course I deserve a museum.
But I was hoping you wasn't going to contradict yourself.
That's what he does.
No, but come on, it's
so your museum would have like 2 rooms in it and nothing in it.
No, I just don't like...
There's a pair of shades on the side.
Okay.
That's it.
There's being egotistical and then there's just being a downright arsehole.
Wow.
And I just think that Cristiano takes it to that level. Like he doesn't celebrate when other people score. He's like he really has to make everything about him, and that's what I don't like.
He's got weird eyebrows.
That's what I don't like.
He plucks his eyebrows, Leon.
If it wasn't for that, then I would probably like
him. Plucks his eyebrows. I really don't.
You can't. You can't. Do you know what I mean? You can't.
I think that's deep.
Perfect eyebrows on a man is a real. Come on, man. You can't.
No. But to go to the whole thing, like for Christina, I will give Christina his credit if he was to win it for Manchester or anything, but it doesn't change my view on Christina as a football player. Technically, he's just not on the same level as a Figo, Maradona, people on Rivaldo and all sorts.
Yeah,
so.
But that doesn't mean he can't be a great. But he's not. Although I still think you're wrong in terms of, because I've seen him do things on the football pitch that prove he is a very technical footballer.
Once every blue moon.
I mean, as he's got older, he's done it less and less. Yeah, but that's obvious.
Ronaldo. I don't even want to see. That's the real issue I have. How dare you have that fucking name?
That name is trademarked. That name is trademarked. You can't steal a name.
Christina is what you would call a great player. I won't doubt that. He is a great player. But if you want to start talking to me about Ronaldinho's, Ronaldo's, Zidane's, Cruyff's, Maradona's, Messi's, if you want to talk to me about that, don't you dare mention his name. Right. That's what I'll say. You can be a great without being mentioned in the name with the Bergkamps and all of those guys in the world. Do you know what I mean? There's no way CR7 goes in the bracket with those dudes. He doesn't.
Okay.
Not for me.
Levels.
All right, Tubby. I hope that helps. Tubby, it's a cute name. I think it's a very nice name.
Teletubbies, man.
No.
I love a Tubby, man.
It's a nice name. It's cute. Don't listen to those guys. All right, we've got one from Sammy. Sammy asks, where does Jose, I'm guessing Mourinho, Jose, go now that all top teams seem to be rejecting him, into Portugal national team, or should he try a second spell at Porto?
What?
All right, you.
Let me just kick this off real quick because I know you'll probably have a lot to say.
Okay.
Mourinho will never go back to Porto now because he knows that there's no money and he knows that he can only fail.
Yeah.
Mourinho is the type of manager that will only go where he feels there's like room for instant success. Okay. And this is one of the reasons why I always rate managers like Benitez. He hasn't won as many things as Jose, so I get that. But Benitez is the type of manager who will be willing to take a risk. He'll go to a Napoli, try something. He'll go to a Newcastle, who'll try something. Mourinho was so egotistical and scared of failure, he will never go somewhere where he knows that there isn't a pile of money and a quick, what he will see as a quick fix. I can just go here, spend this much, and do you know what I mean? So he would never go back to Porto.
I agree with what you're saying.
Devil, no,
I do agree with that, and I think that's why he won't go straight back into management, because there's no ready-made projects for him to take over where they can afford to give him the money he needs. And this is why I'm saying he's done at the top level with club football for me. I think if he was, I'm not saying that he's a bad manager. I'm not saying he's a bad manager. I think he's done at that elite level. I think if he is to come down a level and maybe take on something like a Napoli or, I don't know, the equivalent in Spain, I don't know, Sevilla or something, and he could probably go there and do really well and lift them to levels they might not have been in. But I don't think he's going to take that challenge. I don't think he wants the challenge. I think he wants ready-made success, money that he can spend, and then titles. Thank you. Look how great I am. I'm off. I don't think he's willing to take that challenge to raise a team up. I mean, he's not taken on a challenge since Porto. Even at Inter team, Mancini had everything in place when he took over.
And you've got to remember that Porto wasn't necessarily a challenge because he was right at the beginning and he had to just accept that was the best he could get. Do you know what I mean? So, and there were some bloody good players in that Porto team.
Deco,
it wasn't like scraps. Like there was some very good players.
Scraps.
All right, Double H, you've got the floor. I can see that you want to say something.
First of all, both of what these guys have said is completely and utterly wrong, and I think the people in the comments below will say Devo and Drifty are just horrible. So they are actually glad that Agent is actually. Let me land. I didn't say anything when you talk. This is my platform. You cannot interrupt. You can't interrupt. Thank you. Yeah. So people in the comments will say Drifty and Devo. Man, what are these guys are saying? Thank God the Double H is here to talk some sense into these guys.
We'll see what they say.
Okay. So first of all, I wonder which team with a lot of money to spend with top players need a disciplinarian, someone with authority, a dictator that can make them defensively good, astute, and is tactically good. Those losers called Paris Saint-Germain. Mourinho at PSG, they win that Champions League.
Hell no.
Let me land, please. Let me land. I'm not finished. I'm not finished.
You have a decent point there.
Thank you. Now, don't squeeze your bloody face. Basically, my thing about this is that with all the money there and everything, because what PSG need, they need, forget all this fancy football and everything, they need someone who can teach them discipline and a winning mentality. Forget about looking good, it's about winning. Because Mourinho can go in there, because the Man United issue was he had a bunch of bricks and losers. You now have top tier players. You have a guy called the Prodigy in there. You have a Thiago Silva. Everything is ready made there. Mourinho to PSG is the perfect fit, and they win the Champions League with your boy Jose Mourinho. And he will remind all of the haters that 2010, the best treble win of all time, for FC Porto, can your boy Pep do anything like that? No. Treble with Inter Milan against all odds. FC Porto. 100 points Real Madrid. Put some respect on Uncle Moo's name. I'm tired of you people hating on this man. The guy changed for football. He changed football when he came in.
No, you're not.
So that's all for Leonie. So
that needs a response. That needs a response.
You made some good points there.
Thank you.
Uncle Moo, quite.
I'll tell you why he'll go to Paris Saint-Germain. He'll go to Paris Saint-Germain because it's a guaranteed league trophy, and he's a coward because he'll still walk away with a trophy. That's why he would take that Paris Saint-Germain job. Secondly, if he didn't win the Champions League, no one did. So technically he's not a failure. It's not like there's somebody, a predecessor who's done it and then he can look like a bad guy. He'll just jump on the train of all the other managers, go, it's a poison chalice, it's this, it's that. That's why I didn't win it. There's all this.
That's the point we was making. It's not a challenge. It's not necessarily a challenge. It's a ready-made project that he could go in and do well with. And I do think he would do well at PSG.
He'd win the league because he's supposed to win the league.
He could win the Champions League with a team like PSG.
No way.
I think.
Listen,
why not?
Why not?
Can you see the future?
If his style,
let me finish.
If his style ruined players like Martial and Pogba, can you imagine what he would do to players like Mbappe and Neymar? Jesus Christ! They would literally string him up in Paris and be like, "What have you done?"
Not if he brings them the Champions League.
He won't bring them the Champions League.
How do you know?
Because if Pogba wouldn't perform under him, if Martial wouldn't perform under him, Neymar would probably thump him up in the changing room.
Man United was a poison chalice. Mourinho
made it a poison chalice.
Mourinho going into PSG, a team. All PSG need is a Uncle Moo.
Why?
Because every
player in that team, apart from maybe Verratti, is set up for attacking. How the fuck does Mourinho?
He's got a point. PSG have needed a disciplinarian for years.
He's not a disciplinarian.
He is.
He's a partner boss pussy.
No, he's not.
All right.
No, but Mourinho has had teams that have played some very good football. In
Real Madrid,
the Chelsea team. He has played good football.
Don't bring stats.
They didn't play good football. They just scored goals. They didn't play good football. Real Madrid. They scored goals. They didn't play good football.
They played good football.
No, they didn't.
Ozil was balling out over there. Come on now.
Zil was one of the best playmakers under Uncle Moo.
Individuals will always have their moment because they're good players, but his tactical setup wasn't good football. It was just good players who showed flashes of it because they're good players.
The big games in the Champions League where he needs to change those tactics, he will do that and they will win the games.
Yes.
He ain't gonna be like, you lot just play expensive.
Everyone said he would do that for Man United.
Okay.
I never did.
Very, very heated debate, Sammy here. Uncle Moo sounds to me like a milkshake. Now I'm thinking about what an Uncle Moo be really
Brings little boys to the yard.
He's a cow, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Achilles. Alright, thank you so much, Sammy, for sending in that question. Keep them coming, guys, because as you can see, well heated debates here from your questions. So thanks very much. And yeah, keep them coming. See you next time. Thanks. Bye.
Stay black.